Victoria, your take on this before we move on?
Well, you know, it's an interesting position, right? Because, of course, I'm a capitalist. I don't think there should be any kind of intervention in the free market. But I do think that anytime when we have global sport come to America, we kind of F it up. Right, like you look at the Miami Grand Prix just this weekend, they almost didn't have a race because it was raining. When was the last time you saw a
well, it was
Grand
a lightning
Prix?
Storm.
Well, lightning storm, but I mean still, right, like we've seen these racers race in very dramatically changing conditions in the middle of races, right? Sometimes they've done a tire change, so, you know, the rain is coming in the last 5 laps and they've got to just deal with it, and, you know, unfortunately they end up crashing, but like that's part of the entertainment, right? But you even look back to, for example, the first Las Vegas Grand Prix just a handful of years ago.
Oh, it was awful. Drains.
The drain cover, right? It sparked the bottom of somebody's car, and they had to, you know, do a practice session or a qualifying session like in the middle of the night. Everybody was ticked the heck off. And so, like, I don't know why for some reason we can't get global sport right. I would like to see that righted. And, you know, in Vegas we've seen it go the opposite way, that the first year they were charging these exorbitant prices and now like they can barely fill people to go. And I think that's really what happens, is you set up these sky high expectations and then it falters, and people are like, people that do have the, you know, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to shell out for the most flashy experience, they end up going, what the heck was this, and I'm never coming back again. And you know, on the opposite side of the spectrum, you have it done right. You have the Texas Grand Prix that happens in October.
Austin.
You know, exactly.
I love it. It's my favorite.
COTA,
it's my
Circuit
favorite
of the Americas. I've never been. I really want to go. Unfortunately, it always lands like 2 weeks before the election, so I'm always really busy. But you know, maybe one day, 20 years down the line, when I'm not being a talking head on TV before the election, maybe then I can make it to a Grand Prix.